Hello everybody, my name is Cool Blue and I have a mouthful of pizza because I've been talking about the pizza last game, so I totally got to piece of my pizza and I haven't had enough time to finish eating it. But nonetheless, I'm eating my pizza, or the last pieces I can, before this game starts, and it's really good pizza, surprisingly. But anyway, alright, sorry, let me stop being a fatty on cast and let me go ahead and bring up this game. So this game that we're casting is part of the Sunday Evening Cup series. Sponsored by NA DotA, powered by NA DotA. You guys can see that on the overlay whenever it comes up. Oh, the overlay's there. Whoops, I need to highlight for a second. But it was on the overlay. You guys can see that giant SEC. Definitely go check it out. NADotA.com. Definitely go check it out, especially if you're in North America, because we want as much support as possible for the North American scene, because we want our scene to grow, and we want to one day be like the EU scene, and then eventually be like the Asian scene, which will take forever. But one step at a time, guys. One step at a time. And give me a few seconds. Okay, I think I'm good. Anyway, let me go bring up the brackets while we're waiting for these guys to pick. So we are in this bracket, and I actually need to update my bracket. 10
seconds remaining.
Okay, never mind. The bracket didn't update. It hasn't been updated just yet. LOL. The game, the match we're in right now, we are in the E game right now. This is some Wacky SGs, aka Swag versus Audeamus. In the E game, I did cast the last one, which was the D game, and that game, you guys saw that one, the last one. If you guys want to see that, I'm not going to spoil it here, but definitely go check it out. It was pretty fun to watch. Anyway, so that's the bracket. Let me go into how the bracket. Let's talk about what's in the game right now. As far as the game right now, bans and picks. They banned, starting off with the Radiant bans and picks. So I want to talk about this for a few seconds. We see the Lone Druid. We also see the Lifestealer ban. Lone Druid Lifestealer is a combination that does too much damage for some apparent reason. I really don't know what it is. Something about Open Wounds plus Ensnare or Entangle. It's just ridiculous. It procs every single time when the Open Wounds is on. But just all in all, putting those two guys on the front line, just letting them tank up all the damage while everybody else in the background just does all the damage. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's still a powerful combination, despite the fact that people have figured out how to counter it by picking Banes, picking Shadow Demons, and just trying to make the bear not a factor anymore, or make Lifestealer not a factor anymore. Anyway, as far as the bans go on the dire side, as I stare at this last piece of pizza that's sitting on my plate, we see Batrider, we see Nick Assassin ban. Batrider, he's super annoying to deal with. You always want to ban him if you possibly can, or you want to pick him first if you possibly can, because the sticky napalm adds up over time. Lasso, let's not even talk about the lasso. Lasso's ridiculous. Firefly just does so much damage. Everything Batrider does is annoying, and it works. It works. It just wins lanes. Batrider just wins lanes. Nyx Assassin, he just makes everybody feel unsafe, because once he hits level 6, all he has to do is just go into the jungle and just chill there for like 5 hours, and everybody's afraid. Nobody wants to push out, because Nyx Assassin might be there just to kill you. And it especially makes a support's jobs much harder, because the support might say, hey, I'm going to go ward real fast, and Nyx Assassin could be at level 7, level 8, and they're like, oh, I don't want to ward without a carry to follow me, because Nyx Assassin might come out and just assassinate me, because he's really good at that. I mean, that's his name. Unlike Templar Assassin, not Templar Assassin, Phantom Assassin, unless you have some big item, it's hard to assassinate with her. She's like flat out kills herself on Blade Mail. If you have a Blade Mail, just build a Blade Mail account in PA, by the way. Tip of the day. Anyway, let's talk about the picks. As far as the picks go, start off with the Radiant. No, start off with the Dire, since the Radiant's still trying to figure out the last one. As far as the Dire picks, they picked up the Magnus, they picked up the Rubik. That's basically two strong picks, two picks that can work in almost any combination. Magnus, he just controls team fights. Once he gets his RP, he can skewer you back. He gets a Blink Dagger, RP, skewer forward, or skewer you back. Or, no, that combination is really good. That one works. And then Shockwave after. And then Empower to just give the carry later in the game, just to give the carry more damage with Empower. Moving on to Rubik. Rubik is really nice, because he can just steal spells. And I just tried to sneak a bite of my pizza, but Bane got picked. So Rubik's really good. He can steal all the big spells. If there's a huge spell for him to steal, like an Enigma Black Hole or a Ravage from Tidehunter, because Tidehunter can still be picked, by the way, then he can definitely be there. And they pick up a Bounty Hunter as well. Bounty Hunter just makes their make sure that during the mid game, every team fight that they're involved in, that they're always going to win. They're expected to win, because Bounty Hunter, if Bounty Hunter can get at least one track off before somebody dies, like say it's like 2 people die on his side and 1 person died on the enemy side, and that person who died on the enemy side was tracked up, then that's essentially an even trade. Not necessarily the best of trades, because you lost 2 people for just 1, but the track gold adds up over time. And if they can just keep doing that, well, hopefully not keep losing 2 every time they kill 1. They can just keep like having an even trade, like 2 on their side, lost it for 2 on their enemy side. Then they'll win out those fights every single time, because track gold adds up, especially if everybody's involved. Moving on to picks of the Radiant side, since I spent so long talking about the Dire side. We see a Kato PL I mean, you guys know about that one. You guys have heard so many endless tales about that. Coddle gives PL mana, PL kills everybody. I mean, that's really the basics of it. I'm moving on to Bane pick. Bane pickup is really nice. Just to, well, actually, I'm not too sure about the. Oh yeah, Bane can hold down Magnus. He can also become annoying to the carries later in the game. If there's a carry who relies on, well, almost every single carry relies on BKBs because they want to make sure they get don't get interrupted. Bane can just ulti right through it. He can enfeeble them, make sure they can't do any damage. He can brain sap somebody. He can also sleep somebody to save his allies. So he's really good. He's really nice. Kind of. He's almost like the secondary Swiss Army knife. I know a long time ago somebody said Shadow Demon is a Swiss Army knife of supports. Bane is kind of the same way, except for Bane can't really save you as well as Shadow Demon can save you. Anyway, moving on to the bans. Start off with the dark side. They ban on the Puck. They ban on the Queen of Pain. They're banning mids. They don't want the Radiant to have any good mid to face them. Queen of Pain is a really nice mid versus Magnus. Puck is a really nice mid versus Magnus. TA is also a nice mid versus Magnus because Refraction just ignores Shockwave, which is probably annoying as heck to Magnus players. But I don't play Magnus, so. And, you know, that's a lot of heroes I don't play because I play supports a lot. Just go ahead and state that up front. Anyway, anywho, continue on with the bans on the side of the Radiant side. They ban out Leshrac, they ban out the Gyrocopter. Leshrac meshes really well with the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon's still in the pool. So instead of just banning, and also Leshrac is just a really nice support. He can push the crap out of towers. I mean, his Diabolical Edict, it melts towers at level 3, or level 2 even. And in a few seconds, I'm going to take a bite of my pizza. So you know, the build up to biting that piece of pizza was really awesome, but the actual experience is horrible. Because it's not the actual piece of pizza, it's the crust. So there's no cheese or anything. It's just... Oh, that was disappointing. Anyway, Sven Gyrocopter, Leshrac, they're banned out. Sven, he can become out of hand later on. But yeah, he also does well versus Phantom Lance. Oh my gosh, we might see a Tiny Wisp, or a Sven Wisp, or... Oh, we might see a Tiny Wisp, we might see a CK Wisp. One of those two. That's kind of putting the Radiant into a bit of a predicament. They can either pick Tiny for themselves, or pick CK for themselves. Tiny would probably be the best pick and let him run mid, but they want to run Clockwork mid by the looks of it, and Bane wants to be a support for PL? I don't know, do you run a tri-lane with Coddle PL? Coddle PL +1?
10 seconds.
I don't really know. We'll see. We'll see soon. But Wisp pick up nonetheless. Wisp has that global presence. Wisp can just be everywhere at once. And the next hero that Swag is going to pick up, that's going to be the hero that changes the whole entire thing. They can pick up, like I said, they can pick up a Tiny, they can pick up a CK, and the Radiant respond really nicely to seeing that Wisp pick up. Nature's probably can just put just as much pressure as Wisp can put on, and they go for the Tiny Wisp combination on the dire side. But Nature's probably can put just as much pressure as the Tiny Wisp can put on. Tiny Wisp has a global presence, so anytime it's a team fight, it's like say Phantom Lancer and Coddle found himself a Rubik out by himself, then Wisp and Tiny are always there because they can just relocate in and kill him, or kill PL Coddle. And also Tiny does really well versus PL once he gets Aghanim Scepter, even before he gets Aghanim Scepter, because he can just avalanche and figure out which one's the right one, then keep him down and toss him and all that stuff and do as much damage as possible. So, we will see that combination. But anyway, Nature's Prophet is a really nice counter pick though, because Wisp and Tiny relish off of finding somebody all alone and then going out and killing them. The basic mentality is Wisp and Tiny are always going to be all farming all by themselves, and then as soon as you catch up somebody, they're going to relocate in and try to get a kill and then resume farming. So they're always going to have that same mentality. So Nature's Prophet kind of breaks that a little bit, because what Prophet can do is like say Wisp Tiny relocate in on a lone, or sorry, Wisp Tiny relocate in when Clockwork is trying to get a kill on top of Rubik. Nature's Prophet can be that +1 and delay it just long enough for somebody else to TP in around the side. PL can probably run up there. Bane can probably TP in to save him. So long story short, it kind of equalizes things a little bit. Not so much as not so much as banning out a Wisp would equalize things, but nonetheless, it just increases that gold presence. And oh man, Bounty Hunter has a face. Yeah, I honestly prefer the mask. The beard is not doing it for me. Yeah, the beard's not doing it for me. Anyway, Bounty Hunter's making himself a nice little underground railroad around the backside, trying to make sure he can get as much XP as possible without having to be visible in the lane.
30 seconds
and let me go do introduction. Start off on the dire side. Start off with this team Swag. Some wacky ass G's. I actually like that name because I hate the word swag. Or I dislike the word swag. I don't hate it. I just dislike it. I dislike some of the proponents of it. I can't elaborate on why, but I just know that. We have Blink or BL1 MK on that Wisp. Moving over to Tiny, we have Zilu on that Tiny. On this Rubik, we have Karma dash US for USA on that Rubik. Moving over to this Magnus, we have Flex Celsius, I don't know, Flex something on that Magnus. And last but not least, on this Bounty Hunter, we have the Jesus or the Jesus on that Bounty Hunter. And I am excited to see what Bounty Hunter does because I love playing Bounty Hunter. I'm actually bad at playing Bounty Hunter. I just recently found out because I went back and tried to play Bounty Hunter and I was horrible. Anywho, moving on to the Radiant side introduction. Starting off with this Clockwork, we see Sleight of Hand. Starting off on the first person on the Audeamus team, so we see Sleight of Hand on him. Moving on to this Prophet, we see AOW Rise 2 on him. Moving over to down bottom, we see who's on this Bane. Is that Ritz? Yeah, so that is Ritz on that Bane. Moving on to this Coddle, we see Elzar NLGseries.com. So he has a website that he's promoting. So we see him over there. And I think we're missing one. Yes, we're missing one. We see the Coddle. And these guys did find the Bounty Hunter who's back around the corner. Bounty Hunter's a little bit of trouble because he can't really get out. He can Shadow Walk if he wants to, but there's a Sentry Ward over here. He's going to go ahead and Shadow Walk, and now he's getting caught out. The Sentry Ward's placed right in front of him. He gets slapped by Bane, and that's wasting time with his Shadow Walk as well. And Coddle tries to eliminate, gets a free kill.
Surely there was blood before that one. I can't quite remember.
And there's Bounty going down. Bounty's... Bane was like, hey Bounty, the jig is up. And Bounty's like, crap, I'm trying to run. And there's a Sentry Ward right there in front of him. They knew it was up. They've obviously faced it before. That's actually my first time seeing that. But it does make sense. I have seen it once before, done on top lane, where basically Bounty Hunter just camped around here to collect XP. Same concept, I guess. And we got PLDC. Oh, I need to introduce PL. So on this PL, we see Uncle Panda on that PL. He's obviously the uncle of Panda, who is Brewmaster, and or Lone Druid when he has the spirit thing skin for bear. Or for bear. It becomes a panda. Or the courier that's a panda. There's a lot of pandas in this game. So we see these guys spotted out a Rubik. They see the Zervo Ward over here. They're trying to find it. Or maybe they're trying to counter ward it. Rubik places the Sentry Ward inside the trees. He's going to go ahead and counter ward that. He spent 2 Sentry Wards trying to find that freaking ward. And now he finally finds it. I think this one blocks it. I'm not too sure if this one blocks the camp or not. But when Clockwork pops those cogs and makes Tiny back up, Tiny backs on up. Because Tiny does not want to hurt himself anymore. And oh my gosh, we see a mid Prophet. So let me go ahead and call the lanes. As far as the lanes go, we see a tri-lane down bottom. We see Bane Coddle PL, so we do see the Coddle +1. Or Coddle PL +1 down bottom. Moving on to the dire side, we see a Bounty Hunter who's going against him. So he's having a little bit of trouble because these guys have invested inside Sentry Wars. Which just makes his life a living prison of fire, aka hell. It makes it not fun anymore. Moving on to mid lane, we see Nature's Prophet versus Magnus, and this is actually working out well for. Oh gosh, what am I doing? Oh man, did I forget the overlay? I totally forgot to bring the overlay back up. Whoops, my fault, guys. There we go. SEC, definitely go support them. But yeah, I totally forgot to turn that back on. I gotta figure out another way to do that. Oh man. Clockwork got the cogs. He found Tiny right in time, and Tiny's gonna go ahead and stand still until his cogs disappear. Because the cogs are annoying. Because the pathing for the game, for some reason, they love to run into the cogs. So standing still is usually your best option after you get hit with the cog, as opposed to trying to run out of them. So he just stood still for a few seconds. He wasn't in too much trouble anyway. And Bounty Hunter's waiting around the backside trying to collect as much XP as he possibly can. Bane does see him. They have 1 sentry left, and they drop it just to see if they can catch him. Bane will be just barely out of range. There's another sentry around here as well. Jeez, they have sentries all over the place. You can buy an infinite number of sentries, but Bounty is hard pressed to find any farm at all. He has a Quelling Blade of all things. A Quelling Blade, which means that he wants to farm. He wants to get last hits. He wants to hit all of the creeps in the face, but he can't. Because he keeps getting shut down. These guys are shutting him down very well, making sure he can't hit level 6 to make sure he can't start tracking people up. Which actually cripples the mid game for the Dire heavily, because Tiny Wiz is not going to be really in commission until Tiny gets his Aghanim Scepter. And Aghanim Scepter on Tiny is going to take quite a while for him to get, especially at this rate. Clockwork just surviving on top lane. He's not really dying. If Clockwork dies a few times, maybe Tiny will have a faster Aghanim Scepter. But until then, not really. So Clockwork re-blocks the camp with a very nice, very well placed ward. Wisp throws the tether on top of Tiny, heals up her mana, or its mana. And Clockwork, oh my gosh, Clockwork has Invis Rune. Magnus will be going out to spot the rune out. He does see that happen, and who's coming around backside? Nature Prophet's coming around backside. Magnus has to skewer out. He skewers out. Prophet's here. Prophet is there with the sprout. No Sprout. There we go. Sprout is used, and he should be able to finish him off because Magnus has no more skewer. Actually, whoa. Okay, Magnus survives. Whoa. Never mind, guys. Never doubt the power of a skewer. I totally thought Magnus was dead in that engagement, but he totally wasn't. Just proved me wrong in every way, which way possible. So really fast, let me go take a look at the vision on the map because the Dire don't really have as much vision as the Radiant do. The Radiant have immaculate vision. I guess we're going to use big words here. Of that bottom lane, they can see everywhere. They can almost Bounty Hunter can be anywhere within this bottom lane, and they can detect where he is, and that makes Bounty Hunter's life a living hell. Like he has to find like a little crevice. He finally finds a little crevice, but I mean, they can just place another Sentry Ward. Bane and Coddle are just tag teaming buying the Sentry Wards, and they're probably gonna go out of stock soon. But sadly, Sentry Wards don't go out of stock. Coddle has no items. Well, so Coddle's saving up for something. Don't know what he's saving up for. Anyway, as far as the vision for the Dire side goes, the Dire see, well, what you standardly would see. They have an offensive lane, or they have a defensive ward in the lane. Oh my god, as soon as Clockwork getting caught out by a little bit, he's trying to run away. He's getting hit with the Wisp Spirits, and Rubik gets bounced back with the Cogs, so he won't be able to get close enough to throw out his thing. What was that? Was that? Yeah, it was a Prophet. That was Prophet. Prophet TP down bottom. Like I said before, the +1. There's always a +1 when there's a Nature Prophet on the map. They can basically counter anything that the Dire do, any aggression the Dire have. And if they do not absolutely kill them and have everybody in decent health range, then they will pretty much be going down. Fenelon's almost able to get a kill on top of that Bounty Hunter. And Bounty's just edging away, trying to stay out of range of Sentry Wars. There's no Sentry War place just yet, but he is still trying to collect XP as much as he possibly can. He's only level 3 versus the Coddle's level... Where's Coddle? Versus the Coddle's level... Stop it. There, Coddle's level 6, which is actually saying quite a lot because this is a tri-lane down bottom. Don't forget that. Coddle's not here by himself. He has other people in the lane, although they're in the jungle collecting XP. And as far as their XP goes, their XP is not that far behind. They're level 4. They're actually keeping up with the Bounty Hunter, and there's 2 of them. Anyway, Clockwork throws out the Cogs to make sure he doesn't get hit with anything. Rubik trying to get a telekinesis, but he's not fast enough. And this Observer Ward definitely makes sure that Clockwork has a hard time doing anything because he can't really be sneaky or anything. And I think it just pinged it to say, hey, this ward's about to run out, we need to place another one. Telekinesis on top of Clockwork. Clockwork has Cogs, but he can't... Well, yeah, he has Cogs, he's good. Wiz throws a Talon on top of Tiny, make sure Tiny can get in range, but Tiny's not going to be able to do anything. He's going to resume farming. And continue to lice as much as he possibly can. His first item is Treads. No magic wand just yet, but he might be going for one soon, who really knows. And also, let me make sure I'm still recording. Because there have been a lot of times where I've hit the play button and I wasn't actually recording. And that makes you quite sad. It's like, oh man, I just cast this awesome 70-minute game. I forgot to hit record. Aww. Yeah, that's recording. Alright, cool. And Prophet has his ulti as well. He can still, yeah, he did max his TP, so he's opting to go for that +1. And he throws out the trees around Magnus. Magnus is going to stand still, man up around the trees. Ulti from Prophet activated. Oh my god, so much damage getting done. One more auto attack is all he needs. Come on, creep. Just one. Oh man, he's gonna go ahead and TP around the backside. Take a few tower shots, but he might be able to get this kill. Yes, he will be able to get the kill. Prophet able to TP in the right spot. Magnus getting checkmated. And the bottom tower is under attack. Bounty can do nothing about this. He just wants level 6. Leave him alone until he gets level 6, guys, so he can actually get some track kills. No, he's been reduced to farming with the Shuriken Toss, which is not ideal at all because Shuriken Toss cost a lot of mana relative to Bounty Hunter's mana pool. 115 mana for one Shuriken Toss is actually a lot, especially considering the fact that he only has 380 or 338 mana to begin with. And man, look at that! Look at that lance. That Spirit Lance is doing crazy amounts of damage. It's doing what is it? 300? 250 damage. When that's reduced, it's like less. Magnus throws out an RP, casts out the Coddle, but he gets slept instantly. But it doesn't matter. The tower's doing damage. And one RP just to get a kill on top of Bane, or just to get a kill on top of Coddle, not really what they wanted. They wanted the Phantom to caught inside the RP, but Bane a little bit too quick on those reactions. And also, Phantom's backing out just in time. There's a Sprout, Nature Prophet killing Rubik right under his own tower. He finally goes down. Phantom's able to pick up that kill. And now Phantom's in a little bit of trouble. Tower will be focused on soon. Sprout throw on top of whoever that was. Tiny's trying to see what he can get, but he has no mana. He's gonna be on the run from his Prophet, and Prophet's starting to get out of hand a little bit. He has a gem already, so he can spot out the Bounty Hunter whenever Bounty decides to come and kill him. And that could come back to bite him in the butt later, but right now it doesn't really matter. There's no way they're gonna kill that Nature Prophet just yet. And just you watch, guys. It's just because I said that they're gonna kill the Nature Prophet. And so begins a split push. I'm surprised we're not seeing Shadow Blade. We might see a Shadow Blade on top of Prophet. But yeah, he has a gem, so he's basically making sure that he doesn't get caught out from the bounty hunter. If bounty hunter does decide to come and gank him, then he'll be pretty much fine because he can see him, he can sprout bounty hunter and then TP away, and there's nothing bounty can do about it. Except for maybe track him up. That's really it. Clockwork taking a lot of damage, but so is whoever that was that just died. Rubik going down as well. That was a Magnus going down. And now that was basically a result of RP going being down. So basically, what the rating said was, hey guys, RP's down, let's push now. And they can push as hard as they want because there's no RP to punish them for it. 30 seconds for that cooldown, and nobody's really in any position to actually do anything. Wuss is not even close to level 6 just yet. Well, she's close to it, just not close enough. Only level 4. She needs level 6 before she can become effective and punish that Prophet for TPing everywhere and pushing all the lanes, but he's just going to go ahead and push all the lanes anyway, because he is Prophet. That's right, press R and Prophet. See what I did there? Clockwork throws out the flare. Flare does spot out the bounty hunter. Who will they be able to go on? This is a big question. Fanlancer is here. He's been on himself what looks to be a diffuse blade, but he did build that Yasha first. I have seen this a few times. Oh man, bounty hunter's a little bit trouble. Is there any detection? Is a big question. Prophet's TPing in. Prophet has the gem, and this bounty hunter's life going to be gone. TP coming in from Magnus, but yeah, he won't be able to do anything. Bane instantly on the reactions, getting out the ulti. Wuss throws out the telestun, stunning up Bane on the backside, saving Magnus' life. We might lose a PL. They do lose a PL. That's a huge kill for these guys. Kato charges to Illuminate, doesn't catch anybody off the back of that, and Kato's in a lot of trouble. Tiny just stun him up. He tosses him back into the break, and there is a Kato going down. So Swag definitely doing a good job making the best out of a bad situation, because that Bane got the ulti off on top of Magnus, and Magnus couldn't do anything. Wuss coming from the middle of nowhere says, who needs to relocate when I have, well, never mind, I was about to say, who needs to relocate when I have boots? But Wuss doesn't have any feet. Wuss has no feet to put boots on. So who needs relocate when I have anti-gravity matter? Yeah, sure, whatever you want to call it. Clockwork's building up a Vanguard, so he's trying to make sure he tanks up. He's close to it. He needs
top tower is under attack.
He needs about 700 more gold before he can have that. And there's a bounty hunter. Bounty hunter's farming up top. Bounty hunter might be in a little bit of trouble if anybody decides to come up here. Prophet can definitely TP up here and instantly make his life a living hell. Clockwork is around the corner. He will be able to spot him out. Clockwork is level 6, but he does have his ulti.
Do it with flair.
Actually, everybody has their ulti right now. So Wuss just got her relocated. Everybody except for Rubik and Coddle. And Clockwork in a little bit of trouble. Bounty Hunter is just stalking him right now. He's trying to see if he can get anybody to come up and kill him. Rubik is coming around the side to catch him off, and I think Clockwork saw it. Clockwork definitely saw that. Prophet will probably be TPing in soon. Where is Prophet's big question? Prophet is not TPing in. Clockwork just trying to hold Bounty Hunter down until he comes in. And there we go. Bounty Hunter finally engages upon him, and he might. Clockwork will be winning this fight. And Rubik, oh man, Rubik telekinesis them in the wrong direction. A little bit miscommunication around all their sides. Tiny comes in from the middle of nowhere, gets a kill on top of that Clockwork. But they lost the Bounty Hunter, which is not good. Was that a track kill is a big question. I don't know if that was a track kill. It probably was. But Wuss is finally level 6. That's what I was saying before, guys. That's basically how these guys want to play it. So Tiny and Wuss will be farming together. These guys will be like the best of buddies until the end of the game. They'll be farming together somewhere in a safe lane. And then they'll just relocate in, get a kill, and then go back to resume farming. Just rinse, wash, and repeat. Same thing can be done with Fen and TK because it's a Wisp. But I mean, it just shows you the power of global presence. I'm actually surprised that Prophet didn't TP up top to help get a kill on top of Bounty, but maybe he thought the relocate was coming in and he didn't want to risk his life because he does have a gem. And you do not want to lose that, especially when you have a PL on your team. And he actually drops a gem inside the base. So maybe PL's going to pick it up, somebody else is going to pick it up. Who really knows? Okay, he opts to go for a dust. As far as the rotations going, the rotations on the side of the Dire have been, for the most part, decent. I can't really say they've been on point, but they've been decent. That team fight down bottom just definitely wiped every sense of doubt on their on their ability to rotate, because Wuss came in from the middle of nowhere. I wasn't even paying attention to my mini-map, but she was able to rotate fast enough to help the Magnus out. But the Radiant had really nice rotations. That's not really all that hard to have good rotations when you have a Nature's Prophet, because he can just TP in anyway. But anyway, my point being, so far both these teams are playing decent as far as the ganking potential goes. The kill counter is showing the Radiant in favor. It's basically because that bottom lane, they were just having so much fun down bottom with Bounty Hunter. Bounty has probably felt the hugest grunt, or the hugest burden. Oh man, Clockwork comes in straight on top of Tiny. Tiny instantly stuns it. He throws out Clockwork into the air. Clockwork gets telekinesis. Clockwork will be going down. Prophet TP's in around backside. He's trying to go for kills off of Ruby. He gets the kill on top of Ruby, but he got bounced back by the cogs, and he's in a little bit of trouble. Rubik stole the cogs, that's what it was. So Rubik did steal the cogs, and he threw them out. Prophet got bounced back, and now Prophet's stuck by his own trees. He will be able to get this kill on top of Tiny, and there's a Wisp going down to the Bane. Bane just manning up, ulting right on the tower. TP coming in from Tiny. He wants to finish off this, whoever that was. He gets, Magus comes in. RP. Unnecessary, definitely unnecessary, but definitely worked out. And Tiny's on the run, or sorry, not Tiny, Coddle's on the run. Tiny's going to probably toss him back as soon as he's close enough to him. He needs some form of movement speed. This shows you how much he's reliant on Wisp for that extra movement speed, because he have to go power chest as opposed to going phase boost or blink dagger. And Coddle calls in somebody, he calls in the Clockwork, and he's now out of mana. And Clockwork shot a flare from base, and he beat his own flare. Oh man. So now is the time for Bounty Hunter to become effective. Bounty Hunter's level 6. Or sorry, now is the time for Dire to shine. Bounty Hunter's level 6. Tiny Wisp, they're able to be anywhere on the map at moment's command. Now Rubik has his ulti, so he can actually steal spells. He can probably still Bane's ulti. That'll probably be the biggest ulti for him still. Or he can still TP from Prophet, which actually make him pretty darn hard to, or make it pretty darn hard for these guys to actually fight. Because if Rubik stills teleport, he can essentially be that, or make his team have that much more presence, global presence. Because not only will Tiny Wisp be there at any fight, at any given fight, like right here, this is a perfect example. Bane just sleeps Bounty, and Bounty's in a lot of trouble. Tiny tosses, oh sorry, yeah, whoa, never mind, sorry, I was on the wrong side. Anyway, long story short, Wisp and Tiny just relocated in, made that +1, there's Tiny going down. Phantom does have his Diffuse Blade up, and this fight is breaking out all around the map. I'm not too sure who's on what side, but Rubik is about to go down. He will be going down soon. He telekinesis somebody, or tossed somebody, I didn't see what he did. I got all jumbled, guys. I got confused. I thought Bane was on the side of the Dire, but he totally wasn't. He's on the side of the Radiant. Long story short, there can always be that +1, but having the Prophet being able to TP in just like that, he can basically be there at any time, and the whole entire Radiant side was essentially close by, so they could just easily walk over there and get that kill. So they did lose a Bane, but they claimed a Tiny and they claimed a Rubik as well, and they also got Phantom did have to use a Diffuser charge to kill the Tiny, but it was definitely well worth it.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Top tower goes down. So far, this game is honestly, you can't doubt the power of a Phantom Coddle, but you also can't doubt the power of a Tiny Wisp. I mean, Tiny Wisp to me will do a lot more work than PL Coddle. But that's just as long as Wisp stays alive. If Wisp goes down, then PL Coddle just walk all over him all day long. Because Tiny can't really do much all by himself. And Bounty's getting all his mana drained. Pretty darn annoying, I know. But he gets all his mana drained while he's trying to run. Or while he's trying to push everybody out. And he does have max cogs. No, he only has 1 point in cogs. Does not have max cogs. Max cogs drains more mana. And it does more damage. Anywho, I need to take a look at the gold graph really fast before things go on. My pizza's getting cold. Oh my gosh, I'm so sad. As far as the gold graph goes, you see the gold graph is in favor of the Radiant. That's not too surprising, but that is a little surprising. The Dire have been losing a lot of, or giving away a few kills here and there, and the Radiant were able to rotate in and get those kills easily because the Prophet is always there. Prophet a little bit more mobile than Wisp by about 25 seconds. Oh, okay, sorry. By about 70 seconds. And what I was going to say is this is a little bit surprising because they do have a Bounty Hunter on the side of the Dire, and like I said before during the draft, basically what they're aiming for is just any team fight that they fight in, they're going to win because Bounty Hunter has track. If they can kill that person who's tracked up, then they can easily get even out the gold graph. But that has not been happening. Bounty Hunter got shut down so freaking hard, it's not even funny. All he has right now is phase boots to his name, phase boots and a magical wand, and that's you want to have a little bit more as a Bounty Hunter. Me personally, I like to go drums on Bounty Hunter. Don't ask why. I just like to go drums. It's probably the worst thing ever, but drums is fun. Drums are fun. Sometimes I go Sanji Yasha. Depends on the game. Other times I just lose flat out because I'm just a bad Bounty Hunter. Let's stop talking about but enough about me and my problems. We see Tiny Wisp up top. Like I said before, they're just gonna go ahead and continue farming. And as soon as I see something happen, they're gonna relocate in. Prophet's TP in, and Bane gets the ulti on top of Tiny. Tiny's in a lot of trouble. There's nothing Wisp can do to help him but relocate, and they'll come right back. Actually, no, yeah, that's right. Wisp could have relocated. So Wisp could have tethered and then relocated, and then Tiny would have been alive. So a little bit of misplay, not really much of a misplay. But Wisp could have potentially saved Tiny's life. Tiny would have definitely been able to survive. It took him like 6 seconds to kill Tiny. And that'll definitely been more than enough time for Woods to channel that relocate. Because Bane was occupied, Nature's Prophet was the only one there. And yeah. So Sensual offensive Sensual placed over here to make sure Bounty doesn't try to creep up and get a last hit or deny that tower. And Fnatic has himself a Mantis style. So yeah, Fnatic is starting to snowball out of control. I'm probably late in saying that. Nature's Prophet has himself Orchids. Who's his TPing out? Oh man, Magnus almost made it out, but the raffle from Clockwork from downtown, able to catch him off. And there's a Magnus going down. The whole entire Dire side is in shambles. Tiny Wiz combination did not work out as much as they wanted to. It just shows you the power of PL Coddle, really. Actually, no, more so, it shows you the power of Nature's Prophet versus Tiny Wiz. Because, like I said before, Tiny Wiz give you that global presence. They can always do that +2 in any engagement. But Prophet can always be that +1, and he can do a lot more frequently than Tiny Wiz can. Speaking of which, perfect example, down bottom. Prophet's going to be getting caught out. For all people, Prophet gets caught out. He activates that Orchids on top of Tiny, so Tiny can't stun him. But it doesn't matter, he still goes down. Phantoms comes from nowhere, throws out the Spirit Lance on top of Tiny, on top of Wiz, and they will be able to relocate back to safety. I don't know where they relocated to, but Coddle's calling in somebody. Also forgot about the Coddle as well. So Coddle was calling in probably the Phantom Lance. No, Prophet. Prophet?
Dire's bottom tower.
He called in somebody and they're here. Just know that, guys. Just know that. Prophet's pushing top. With the treants, the pings go there, and now Prophet's getting called in by Coddle. They're gonna go ahead and do Roche. Okay, cool. So free Roche. The Dire have no means to actually prevent this. They could relocate in with Tiny, but that would be essentially a suicide mission. And they also could rotate down here, but that would still probably be a suicide mission. With the PL, with this much farm, like PL has a Mantis style already. He has a Mantis style Diffuser Blade. He popped his Mantis style for no apparent reason. These guys do know about it, and there's also something got bought to somebody I didn't see who it was. He has Checker Boost, by the way, which is actually quite risky, but he hasn't really been challenged yet. And there is a Prophet throwing out Treants to scout out. Bounty Hunter's coming in. Is there a gym? I don't think it's a gym, but they did see that Bounty Hunter going invisible. They popped that dust instantly, and here's the Bounty Hunter getting caught out. Roshan's about to be going out soon. Grapple from Clockwork, catching out the Bounty Hunter just barely. Magnus skewers him back towards this way, but he goes down. He pretty much kills himself. Oh my gosh, Clockwork with that blade now. Tiny will be going down. He gets slept up by Bane. A lot of damage getting done back and forth. Prophet gets tossed, and he gets thrown back down. Tiny's getting stunned up by the Bane ulti. And Coddle throws out Illuminate, Coddle throws out a Blinding Light just to make sure Wiz gets silenced, and Wiz is pretty much going to be going down. Killing spree, that's a team wipe. Triple kill for the Prophet of all people. And they got Aegis. So the Radiant got Aegis. They killed everybody on the team. They made Magnus use his ulti, which means they can pretty much freely push in for the next 70 seconds, which is a lot of time. And on top of that, did I lose anybody? I don't think I lost anybody. So let me go take a look at the items over fast so you guys can see those. As far as the items go, you can see Phantom Hunter has all the farm in the world. He's working on a heart right now, but he has a Diffuser Blade. He has that Mantis style. He has that Vitality booster, so he can make his illusions have that much more HP. And he also has Aegis, by the way. So not only do you have to kill him once, but you got to kill this guy twice. And that's assuming that you find the right one every single time. Tiny, how far is Tiny from Aghanim Scepter? He's one piece away from Aghanim Scepter. Once he has it up, that might turn the tide of the battle, but that is going to be a very hard fought 1,000 gold for him. I mean, I'm not really sure where he can actually farm it. And there we go. Prophet does go down. Clockwork raffles him on top of the creep. He might actually be donating his life to Tiny's cause. Tiny tosses the Rubik in, or tosses the Magnus in. Who needs a Blink Dagger when you have toss? And yeah, okay, just as soon as I said relocate coming in forward by Wiz. These guys want to go for a kill on top of whoever this is. Coddle, or yeah, Coddle's getting caught out. Coddle will be going down. Tiny's gonna go ahead and toss a creep. Magnus throws out the skewer. And now Bane's on the chase. Bounty's getting the track, and this is a huge turn of events, guys. This is the turn of events that these guys needed. Bane has a Blink Dagger, by the way. I didn't realize that. But he blinks forward. He's tracked up, so these guys know exactly where he's at. There's no drinking for him. Magnus is still on the run. He does not have a Blink Dagger of his own. So his chasing power is actually quite limited. But Bane is still on the run. He doesn't want to die. He's going to go ahead and brain sap a neutral and keep running. Fugitive on the run. Meanwhile, we have Coddle still farming on top. And yeah, okay. If another series of fights happen like that, obviously the Dire are right back in this. The Dire were never really out of it to begin with, because they do still have a Tiny Wiz. Tiny Wiz is still a powerful combination, and Tiny is halfway to his Aghanim Scepter now. But once Tiny gets that Ags, Phantom Hunter better be able to fight it or kill him fast enough.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That hurt. Another thing to note, another thing to point out as well is that once Tiny gets an Aghanim Scepter, and he's probably going to build a Yasha afterwards. Once he gets the Aghanim's up there, I'll definitely help him out as far as killing all the illusions of Phanlancer, which will stunt the push. It'll also help him kill all the treants as well, which will hinder the push power of the Radiant by quite a bit, assuming that he's always there. But that essentially requires him to actually camp. And I really like this ward, this observer ward over here by the Radiant side. They put a ward inside the base so they can see where anybody's, or if anybody's coming around this, well, coming around that way, if anybody's coming around that way. They can pretty much see the rotations from the Dire with just one simple ward inside their base. It won't tell them everything in the world, but it'll give them a good picture of, hey, Tiny Wisps are in the jungle up top, or hey, Rubik and Magnus are farming in the jungle, or hey, Bounty Hunter just went invis here. So pretty much like giving them a heads up on what's going on. But the Dire is still fighting though. I'm really enjoying this. Bounty Hunter is going for the drums, and he goes and throws that track on top of Kawa. He almost gets wrapped up by the Clockwork, and he's actually hiding on the high ground. He's invisible right now. Clockwork's going to go ahead and chase Prophet's TP, and Prophet has a gem. No, he doesn't have a gem. Wait, that's it? Oh, they had detection already. Clockwork has a gem. And Bounty's in a little bit of trouble. He's going to go ahead. Somebody's tracked up, so they're giving him extra movement speed. He also has phase boost, and he gets hit with the ulti from Prophet. He goes down. Wiss is here. Wiss is low. Wiss has a Urn of Shadow, which is actually really nice. And I think she just got 4 charges in the last fight. So essentially, 3 deaths happened last time, so 4 charges for free. And we got TP coming in for Prophet. Prophet's going to go ahead and snipe this tower along with Phanlancer. Phanlancer has his heart up. Oh, wait, yeah, he has his heart up. That courier has his Reaver. And they're going to go ahead and back away. I don't know why they're pinging over there, but they're pinging over there. They're trying to find Kato. They think Kato ran that way, but Kato decided to run away very smartly. And a BKB up on Prophet. Typically you see Prophets build a Shadow Blade to make them a little bit more elusive in these fights, but Prophet just wants to man up, and he said, hey, I'm building myself a BKB, so you can't do squat to me. Yeah, alright, cool. So he can pop that BKB, Tiny can't stun him, Magnus can't skewer him, Wisp cannot stun him, Rubik cannot telekinesis him, but everything else can happen. So he can still die, but it'll be a lot harder to kill him. And it makes it even worse, considering the fact that there's a Phanlancer on the team, because Phanlancer would just be there, just to I mean, you also have to worry about Phanlancer, not just the Prophet. So anyway, as far as everybody else on the team, let's stop talking about Kato, PL, and Wisp, Tiny. Let's go and look at everybody else. Give a moment to look at what everybody else is going. Clockwork, it still looks like he's still going for Vanguard, or he could just be going straight for Heart. The Vanguard at this point in time would be pretty late, but it's still really nice to have that Vitality boost to increase his survivability. And Rubik taking a lot of damage. Magnus gets a skewer, but he skewers creeps. Oh man, he gets skewers creeps. Oh my god. Oh man, oh my god, indeed. Did he get 4-step forward? I think he might have got 4-step forward. I don't know what happened, but that reverse polarity. Oh man, reverse polarityception. And Clockwork gets a kill on top of somebody. Tiny has the Aghanim Scepter, so he might be able to man up and kill everybody here, but he's going to have to kill Kato twice. He's going to have to face the Bane. He's going to have to face a Prophet as well. Wisp tethers to him, but nothing he can really do. And Bounty Hunter gets a track. And that's 2 sets of racks gone. Essentially, 2 sets of racks means... 2 sets of racks usually means that you probably lost the game. 3 sets of racks means you definitely lost the game. And these guys are talking about that reverse polarity. I don't know what happened to that reverse polarity. I think he might have got 4-step forward, or maybe he blunk and then he skewered and then he threw out his ulti when he meant to blink ulti and then skewer backwards. But I don't know what happened. But that reverse polarity, like he was an ideal, like he was right there. He was right there, and then he ended up reverse polaritying over there. It was like, whoa, what happened? Oh man. Sorry, Magnus, we definitely saw it. I'm sorry to inform you, sir. We definitely saw that. And Mega Creeps for the Dire, or Mega Creeps for the Radiant. Jeez, get my teams mixed up. Rubik about to go down. Rubik does go down. A lot of auto attack damage coming, a lot of right click damage coming from Prophet. And now Prophet's going to be going down to Bounty Hunter, presumably. Nope, Phanlancer might be able to kill him. Nope, Prophet doesn't make it. Bounty killed the Prophet, so that's all he cares about. Buyback coming in from the Prophet. Never mind. And Tiny has the Aghanim Scepter, so at least some consolation. He has the Aghanim Scepter. Maybe if Phanlancer decides to kill himself right now, then they can come back and win. But Phanlancer can tank up 2 towers without feeling any damage because he has a heart. And here's Magus getting caught up. Magus skewers that time up, skewers that Clockwork, and he's about to kill himself. Nope, he almost killed himself. Prophet dies again. Prophet did buy back. That's actually pretty bad. But this it's Ancient's about to be exposed. 1 more tower left. 2 more towers left, sorry. Now 1 more tower left. Rubik stole something. Rubik stole Flare. And there we go. That's what RP Magnus is looking for. That's a huge RP, but he gets hit with the... Oh, man. Oh, my God. Rubik stole... Did Rubik steal it? No, that was Cause. That's Cause. That was a beautiful RP coming from Magnus, but it's a little bit too late. I don't think they'll be able to convert this into a push because they have to defend their base right now. pretty much everybody on the Radiant side can die right now, and then the Dire can still not actually do anything. Coddle or Phantom Hunter is on the run. Bounty Hunter needs to track him as soon as he possibly can. There we go. He gets tracked, and Phantom Hunter will be going down. He gets a kill on top of Wisp though. And there are buybacks coming from everywhere, but the Ancient is exposed. The Ancient's taking a lot of damage from the creeps. Magnus redeemed himself with that reverse polarity, but he needed that earlier, not right now. It's a little too late. He's actually going to die to creeps of all things. Oh no, he dies to creeps. And Tiny throws out his stun, just trying to kill, push the creeps back. But I mean, he doesn't do enough damage. That's, oh man. And that game, oh man, that reverse polarity. That reverse polarity, guys, that was pretty hilarious. I was like, oh man, making sure those creeps don't cast any spells, guys. Anyway, let's not give him too much of a hard time. He did play well, and he did get the last RP pretty well. That was a very tough game for him to play as well, because Magnus and Wisp, or Magnus, Tiny and Wisp, they need a lot more fun. Wisp needed to get her level 6 a lot sooner, but she couldn't. Bounty Hunter got shut down pretty hard. Anyway, my name is Coolbloods, but you guys, this game, this is, wow. This is, yeah, there we go. This is Audeamus versus some wacky ass G swag in the SEC 5.5. I don't know what you guys want to call this. The Sunday Evening Cup Series. Sunday Evening Cup Series sponsored by North American DotA, NA DotA. You guys can see it all over the place. NA DotA, cool blue Delta down there. Anyway. Definitely go check them out if you guys really like this stuff. They do this every single Sunday. I'm going to try to cast as many Sundays as I possibly can, reasonably can. I probably won't catch them all, but this will be the first one, of course. That was a pretty fun game. That was a pretty interesting game. Cowl PL versus Tiny Wisp, and Tiny Wisp did not have what they wanted. If you guys liked... Oh, hold on, what was I about to say? Oh yeah, if you guys like my cast, if you guys like my videos, definitely subscribe to me on YouTube. You're watching this on my YouTube page, so definitely subscribe there. Hit the subscribe button if you guys want to. And that's really it. That's all I had to say. So I'll see you guys whenever.